Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you are new to me, this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and continued support. Really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a book haul. These are all the books I've been kind of accumulating over the last couple of weeks. I've got quite a few to talk about. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so a little bit about the books that I've gotten today. I don't really know much about a lot of these books. A lot of these books were picked off of basically their title. Barnes & Noble's having their buy one, get one 50% off on hardbacks, and then buy one, get one 50% off in general sale. So I was just grabbing books left, right, center, Wednesday, Sunday. Anything that looked good, picked it up. Anything that sounded interesting, picked it up. So I won't be giving you really good synopses on these books, but I just wanted to get these out here so you could see what was possibly coming down the pike, and also they were growing exponentially large, and I need to get them on my shelves before my husband had a conniption. So let's get started. The first book I have here is Halfway to the Grave, a Night Huntress novel by Jeanne Frost. This is the first installment in, I believe, the Night Huntress series. This was actually picked for my Red Witch and Bitchin' book club book of the month for this month, but we just aren't able to get together this month at all, so we are moving it to August. And the vibes I am getting from this is Anita Blake Vampire Slayer by Laurel Hamilton. Like, this is just screaming this to me, so I don't really know if it's going to be anything like it. It follows a half vampire named Catherine Crawford, who is going after the undead, hoping to find out if one of them is her father and the one that's responsible for ruining her mother's life. She is then captured by Bones, a vampire bounty hunter, and is forced into an unholy partnership. And I believe there are multiple installments to this series, so it is quite popular. I have never heard about it, so I'm kind of going into this really, really blind, but just based off a little bit I've looked at it, I am feeling Anita Blake Vampire Hunter, which I did really enjoy that series for a long time by Laurel Hamilton, so hopefully I will enjoy this and I can pick up a new series. Because who doesn't need more vampires in their life? The next book I have here is Darling Things I Adore by Katie Laton. This I picked up because it just sounded really, really interesting. It seems like a very thriller-esque book told in different time periods. So I'm going to read you the back because it does a better job of explaining it than I'm going to. 1988, a group of outcasts gather at a small, prestigious art camp nestled in the Maine woods. They're the painters, bright, hopeful, and teeming with potential. But secrets and dark ambitions rise like smoke from a campfire, and the truths they tell will come back to haunt them in ways more deadly than they dreamed. Two witnesses. In 2018, esteemed art professor Max Durant arrives as his protege's remote home to view her graduate thesis collection. He knows Audra is beautiful and brilliant. He knows being invited in here to her private world is a rare gift, but he knows now that Audra has engineered every aspect of their weekend together, every detail, every conversation. Audra has woven the perfect web. One dead in the trees. Only Audra knows what happened that summer in 1988, Max's secret and the dark things that follow, and even though it won't be easy, Audra knows someone must pay. And the woman 30 years later, bent on bringing the guilty to their knees. Okay, so reading the back of this, I'm just like, this sounds awesome. It seems thriller-esque, it seems spooky, seems very, very fallish vibes. I mean, it's giving like the fall vibes of the cover. But what this really screams to me, and if you watched the show growing up, please let me know. I was a huge fan of the show growing up on Nickelodeon. Are You Afraid of the Dark? This is what this book is screaming to me. I just feel like this is like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, but like for adults. So I'm really, really pumped about this one. Super, super excited. I really hope this is something good. I'm having high hopes for this one. Okay, so my next book here I picked up because I actually found it for my daughter, and I thought she'd really, really enjoy it, but I wanted to get her opinion on it first before I purchased it. So I took her, she liked it, so I picked it up, and it's the first installment of the Cursebreaker series, Forging Silver into Stars. And it is about a village where magic is no longer present, but then this man comes in and he uses dark magic. So now these kids have to figure out how to maneuver around this. And it just seems something really, really interesting. So I picked it up, and I think me and her are going to read it together. Kind of like a little buddy read thing. I'm really excited. You know, YA fantasy, you know, maybe there might be some angst and everything. So I'm really pumped about this, and she really enjoyed the synopsis when she read it. So kind of pumped. All right. Next, as I said, Barnes & Noble was having their 50% off, buy one, get one 50% off, and that included their hardbacks. And in their hardbacks, the Penguin Clothbound Classics were included in that. So I was floored. So I definitely picked up a few more of those that I've been wanting for my collection. And the first one I picked up is Les Miserables. Isn't this just stunning? Les Miserables, if you don't know, is by Victor Hugo and is on my want to read by 2022 shelf. I probably won't be reading this edition. I'll probably be reading my other edition because this edition makes this book out to be, I think, like 1,230 pages. I'll probably read the other edition, which is only like 989 pages, but still stunning to add to my collection. I just love it. I love these books. They're so beautiful. Perfect. Another one I picked up for my collection, and this is because I have read this book, I needed it, and this is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Is this not gorgeous? I plan on displaying this one and my Dracula one and probably getting some more before Halloween and using them as some of my decor at Halloween because they're just stunning books. Oh my God, I cannot get over how pretty these things are. I love them so, so much. And this one I had to pick up. This is also a book I have read before, but I saw it and I was like, this is just, it just stands out. It just screams at you on the shelf. And this is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Look at this neon green with the black backdrop. I mean, tell me this is not one of the most stunning, bright things you've ever seen in your entire life. I keep looking at it. I'm just like, this is beautiful. Beautiful. I love this. This is, so nice. So glad these are part of my collection. I just love these books immensely. Even if I haven't read them all, I just love the aesthetic of them. I love the feel of them. They're just beautiful. Okay, what pile should I do next? Let's go with this one. All right, so this one is all retellings. These are all retellings that I picked up over the past month, and most of them are along the same theme of retelling. So just a heads up. I picked up Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and you know I love that. I love a good Hades and Persephone retelling, and I've been eyeballing this one for quite a while now, and I finally decided to just buy it. It was buy one, get 50% off. So I was like, yes, I'm picking it up, but look at this cover with the pomegranates. Oh, so beautiful. This is the first in the Monster Muses series. So I don't know anything really about this series except this is a Hades and Persephone retelling. So I don't know if the series continues with Hades and Persephone or it's different Greek retellings through each installment. So really excited about this one. I think it's beautiful. Another retelling I picked up is The Shadow in the Glass, Dare to Make a Wish by Ja Hardwood. This is a Cinderella retelling. Let me read you the back of this one. This thing sounds fantastic. Once upon a time, Ella has wished for more than life as a lowly maid. Now forced to work hard under the unforgiving, lecherous gaze of the man she once called stepfather, Ella's only refuge is in the books she reads by candlelight, secreted away in the library she isn't permitted to enter. One night, among her beloved books of the far-off lands, Ella's wishes are answered. At the stroke of midnight, a fairy godmother makes her an offer that will change her life. 7 wishes. Hers to make as she pleases, but with each wish at a price, and Ella must decide whether she's willing to pay. I thought that was amazing. I love a good Cinderella retelling. I mean, she is proof that shoes can change your life, and if you know anything about me, I love some good pair of shoes. I do love me some good shoes. I love them. So Cinderella's always hold a special place in my heart, and I just definitely wanted to give this one a try, especially with a tagline of a gothic twist on Cinderella. So yeah, gothic Cinderella shoes. Throw some 7 wishes in there. 7, 9, 7. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds great. Another retelling I grabbed was another installment of the Twisted Tales series, and this is the next one, and this is Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. Now, this is the first one written by Elizabeth Lim. The first 3 were written by Liz Braswell, so this is when the series starts to break off into different authors. And this is a Mulan retelling, if you cannot tell by the cover, and it's what if Mulan had to travel to the underworld? Sounds pretty interesting. Mulan is one of my favorite Disney ones to talk about because I love the historical element to her. So this is one I'm really looking forward to, and I'm hoping that it's good. I hope the series is good. I haven't read any of the other ones I've gotten. Should probably put that on one of my TBRs here soon. Don't let me forget that, guys. All right, and the last 2 retellings that I picked up, many of you have probably already seen these. Probably if on Facebook you've seen this webtoon. I finally broke down and got the bind-ups that are currently out, and that is the Lore Olympus series. So I have volume 1 and volume 2 in the hardback bind-ups by Rachel Smythe, and I think these are gorgeous. The artwork in these are stunning. I have read bits and pieces of this webtoon as I've seen it over time. I've never read it straight through, but I've heard fantastic things about this, and I have heard that Hades and Persephone retellings will get ruined once you read these. Like, these are that good. So I'm super pumped to check these out, but look at the graphics just on the cover, okay? The cover graphics are stunning, let alone the interior. Just the artwork on this is just, I mean, I'm not a big graphic novel person, never have been, but I'm willing to give these a try because I love the graphics in this, and I've heard so many wonderful things about this. So there are those. All right, let's see, what else we got here? Oh, we'll go with this pile. Yay. So this pile, I have a couple series in here. The first one I have here is Gwenda Bond's Not Your Average Hot Guy. This I thought was like a little fluffy contemporary romance, and it turns out that it's about Satan. Holy shit! And then there's a sequel, The Date from Hell. I was like, what? Hell yeah, let's bring some Lucifer romance in here. Yeah, let's do this. Hell yeah. So I'm super pumped about this. Have no idea when I'm gonna read them, but I love Lucifer. That's fucking cool as hell. Like, that's cool. I don't have any romance about Lucifer. So yeah. And I was a huge fan of the show Lucifer. So me and my daughter actually watched it together. I have not finished it yet, so don't ruin it for me. But yeah, I'm excited about these. I think they'll be a good time. And then I picked up the next two installments in the Off-Campus series, which are, I believe, The Mistake. Yeah, The Mistake, and then The Score. So this is the next one, and then this is the third one. There are 5 or 6 installments to this series, and this is not upside down. Okay, I thought it was upside down on the screen for a second. I was like, this is upside down. This is just I believe, a sports romance. This first one follows John Logan and Grace. And this one follows Allie Hayes and a boy named Dean. So we'll see how it goes. I have not read any of these, but Elle Kennedy I've heard is very popular, and they were on the buy one get one 50% off shelf. So I thought I'd just pick up some more of the series so I can eventually marathon the series, because I am kind of in the mood for some sports romances. I've been kind of checking up some recommendation videos on sports romances lately and adding some to my list that I would like to pick up. So there you go. The next pile here is all fantasy romance. The first two here are by Carolyn Sparks, and that is How to Love Your Elf and The Siren and the Deep Blue Sea. This is the first installment, and this is the second installment in this series. I don't exactly know what this series is. Embraced by Magic, I think this is the name of the series. So my book club member Cassie picked this book up one time when we went to Barnes & Noble, and I've been waiting for her to pick this up as one of her options for the book club. So I decided to pick it up, so whenever she does, I already have it. And then the sequel was there, so I was like, hell yeah, I'll pick it up. Go me. I'm super excited because I remember reading an excerpt of this one, and I thought it was great. So I think I'm really gonna like it, and then hopefully I will like the second one as well. I've never read Carolyn Sparks before, but they have really good high ratings on Goodreads, so. And who doesn't love some elf porn? And then I got some siren stuff. Fuck yeah, let's sign me up. Oh, this book. This book is solely because Jen over the Book Refuge raves about this series. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm signing up, I'm buying it. Lifeblood by Amara Ray. She has blown this series up, though she talks about it all the time, and I'm just like, I gotta read it. I've gotta read it. It sounds amazing. A witch with a healing gift, a warlock bred in violence, an immortal world on the brink. How does that not sound epic? So I'm super excited about this. I cannot wait to pick this up and dive right in. This is the first installment to the Mortal Coven series, and I believe there are just 2 other installments out. I don't know if it's set as ending as a trilogy or not, but this is the first installment, and I'm super pumped. But yes, I can thank Jen over the Book Refuge for this one. So Jen, I'm gonna finally read it so I can talk to you about it. I cannot wait. So yay! All right. The next one I have is another first in a series, and that is Payback's a Witch. And this series, I don't remember exactly what this series is actually called, but the sequel just came out, and I liked the synopsis of the sequel, so of course I had to read the first book to understand it, so it was one of those situations why I picked it up. But listen to the back of this. This thing sounds awesome. The witch is back and ready for revenge with a little help from her friends in this fresh, sizzling rom-com by Lana Harper. Emmy Harlow is a witch, but not a very powerful one, in part because she hasn't been home to the magical town of Thistle Grove in years. Her self-imposed exile has a lot to do with the complicated family history and desire to forge her own way in the world, and only the very tiniest bit to do with Gareth Blackmore. Okay, Gareth, I love this name. Gareth Blackmore. I have no idea what kind of character he is. I already fucking love his name. Love it. Love it. I'm already obsessed with his name. So hopefully he's not a douchebag of a character, but who knows? He is the heir of the most powerful magical family in town and casual breaker of hearts and destroyer of dreams. With a name like that, I expect him to be like that. But when a spellcasting tournament for which her family serves as arbirators approaches, it turns out the pull of tradition, or the truly impressive parental guilt trip that comes with it, don't we all just know that, what that feels like? Oh my God, love it, is strong enough to bring Emmy back. She's determined to do her familial duty, spend some quality time with her best friend, Lyndon Thorne, and then get back to her real life in Chicago. On her first night home, Emmy runs into Talia Avramov, an all-around badass adept in a darker magical arts who is fresh off a bad breakup. Oh, this is already sounding friggin' great. With Gareth Blackmore. Ooh. Talia had let herself be charmed only to discover that Gareth was also seeing Lyndon, unbeknownst to either of them, and now she and Lyndon want revenge. Only question is Emmy in? This has very much like the vibes of John Tucker Must Die, but with witches, so sign me up for that. I think this is gonna be great. I'm excited about this. I probably will be picking this up around the spooky season because Payback's a witch. Yay! I like it. Oh, the next book I picked up is the third installment to the Ice Planet Barbarian series, and that is Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. I've only read the first installment, but I'm picking up the books as the new covers come out because I don't like the original covers. So the third one came out with the new cover. Stunning, is it not? And this one follows Kira. Yes, Kira from the first installment. So I'm excited to see how this one works out as well. But I still have not read the second one, and I really need to get on that because although I was a little off-put with the alien Ice Planet Barbarian, I still think about it. I still have fun with it. It still makes me smile. So, you know, fuck it. Let me enjoy myself. It's great. And I think I'm going to enjoy it. So, and I love these new graphics of covers. I like these special edition covers. I think they are stunning. They have great spine appeal. They make my shelf look awesome. So we do love a good cover here. And the next two books are solely because of one of my followers, Macy. This is because of you. Macy is actually a personal friend of mine in my real world. She does know me outside of BookTube, and she runs a book club, and she was getting all of her friends to read this book, and I have not read this book. So I picked it up just because of you, Macy, so I can read along and we can binge and talk about it all you want. And that is from Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armatrout. I have never read a Jennifer L. Armatrout book. I did own her Obsidian series at one point in time, but I just never got around to reading it, so I unhauled it to a friend, teenage daughter. But Macy, I'm on board. I'm gonna read it for you. And then I also picked up The Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which is the sequel, because again, it was buy one, get one 50% off. So I was like, they have them both. Let me just pick them both. So I have the first and second installment of this series, and I'm excited to see what all the hype is about. So I blame you, Macy. But I'll see you on next payday. And then this next book here is because of Crystal over at the Crystal's Bookish Life. She talked about this book, and I saw it, and I thought it was stunning, and I liked her, what she said about it, so I picked it up. And this is the first installment of Season of the Wolf, The Longing of Lone Wolves, a Fae Guardians novel, and the cover is beautiful, and the other installments covers are just as beautiful, and it sounded so good. It sounded really, really good. Rush is a Fae Guardian, a wolf shifter whose enhanced abilities have made him ruthless protector of Elfing. His job is to protect the realm from human enemy and to ensure the sins of the past never come to pass again, lest magic die forever. But one night of weakness resulted in a curse worse than death, exile. Now he spends his lonely time longing to be part of the living, once again protecting them from monsters, until one mysteriously washes up on the shores of his lake. Clark is a human. She's beautiful, feisty, and fierce. She's the only person who can see him, speak to him, and touch him. If he hands her over to the Order, she's his ticket to having his curse removed. Unable to resist the opportunity, he tricks her into the bargain of obedience, never once suspecting his world is about to be turned upside down. The more he learns about this human enemy, the more he realizes she's not a monster she's been trained to believe. In fact, she's capable of inciting passion he's never dreamed possible again. But Clark has a message from the past. Sins are already repeating. This time, if they don't stop the coming evil, it won't just be magic that dies. It will be everything. Holy shit, that sounds fucking awesome. So I cannot wait to read this and gush about it. And also there are illustrations in this as well. That was another reason why I really wanted to get this installment, because I thought the artwork in it was beautiful. I do like books that have illustrations in them. Obviously I don't want just pictures everywhere, but I do enjoy a nice, beautiful artwork while I'm reading my book. I think that is a very nice touch, and I really enjoy it when books do that. It just gives me an extra level of to enjoy in the book. So the next books I have here are all historical fiction, and I'm excited about all of them. The first one is The Last Checkmate, Amid the horrors of Auschwitz, a young woman plays for her life. I love to play chess. It's one of my favorite games to play. I'm not really good at it. I am trying to get better at it. I've actually only beaten my husband twice, and he beats me all the time. But I'm very happy about those 2 times I beat him, because I made those plays work like legit. They were awesome. But this is obviously about a young girl in a Holocaust camp playing chess with the guards for her life, and then kind of a little bit of a chess tournament. And I have been eyeballing this one for a while, found it at Barnes Noble, picked it up. So I'm excited about this one. Don't know when I'm going to read it, but it is also, if I haven't said, it's by Gabrielle Saab. I think that's how you say her name. So yeah, Gabriella Saab. So I'm excited about it. The next one here I have is by Karen Joy Fowler, and this is called Booth. This is about the family of John Wilkes Booth. I don't know if it takes place prior to his death or after his death, but it's about his family in general. And I thought that was really, really interesting, because you don't really hear anything about them. It is historical fiction, but I am kind of getting back in my historical fiction mood, and kind of wanting to get some more of that underneath my belt, because I do really, really enjoy that genre. It's still one of my favorite genres of all time. But yes, I saw this and I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds good. And this cover, can we talk about this cover? I'm such a cover whore, guys. I'm such a cover whore. I guilty as charged. I just love it. I love it. I think it's stunning. And the last historical fiction book I picked up, I had to pick this up. As soon as I saw this, I had to pick this up. This is by Louis Bayard, and that is Jackie and Me. This is the historical fiction story about Lem Billings, I think is what his name is. Lem Billings, who was a good friend of John F. K. and Jackie during the time of their courting and wedding. And this is kind of his story with Jackie. And since I am Jackie Kennedy, I had to get this book. I mean, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So as soon as I saw it, I picked it up. So yay. All right. And the last books I have before I have a little surprise. The next books I have are actually, these 3 are in a series. I was such a big fan of the Wicked Dom series by Jane Henry. You all know that. I did a full series review of it. I'll link it down in the down box below if you want to go check it out. But that series has a spin-off series called Ruthless Doms by Jane Henry, and I picked up all 3 installments. So I have Priceless, I have Beyond Measure, and I have King's Ransom. I believe this is the correct order. I could be wrong on this one. I do know this one's first though, for sure. So I'm excited to dive back into this Bratva Mafia world of all my favorite Doms and see if I love these guys just as much as I loved Casimir, Damien, and Maxim. So I'm excited, and see if my boys show up again, because I do love them. So yay. I got a whole Mafia series, guys. Yay. And I also picked up, this is a standalone, but I've heard fantastic things about this one. And this was also, I picked this up before Macy told me about this, but she showed me this edition that she has, and it's just fucking stunning. Like, I need to get a copy of that edition. It's so much better than this edition, but I really wanted to read this book, and this is Tilly Cole's Sick Fucks. I was told that if I like dark and twisty, I'm gonna fucking love this. So I definitely picked this up. I love this, the way this cover looks, but that other edition is just stunning. It's got the foiled edges and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. But I'm excited about this to see what happens. But I've been told great things. And Tilly Cole I've been told is fantastic at dark and twisty and kind of the depraved nature, which sounds kind of like me. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. Let's just be honest about it. And the last book I have to show you before my little surprise here, I'm taking the dive, guys. I'm taking the dive. I've seen these all over and I've never read them, and I'm taking a dive because I just want to know. I want to know. I picked up my first Maggie Cole book, Mafia Wars, Ruthless Stranger. It's in my hands. I'm ready to read it. I'm ready to dive into this world. Let's bring on the Mafia, guys. And I've heard fantastic things about this book. This has been recommended by so many booktubers that I follow. They just rave about this series. So let's bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. I'm excited. I've been eyeballing that one for a while, and I said, let's do it. We're gonna fucking do it. All right. So I do have a little bit of an unboxing. I have my book of the month here. I have yet to open it yet, so we're gonna open it with you guys because why not? That's always a fun time. And see what books, because I don't even remember what books I picked. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I got Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. This is about a female bodyguard, which is awesome. I think that's great. Hannah Brooks looks more like a kindergarten teacher than somebody you could kill with a corkscrew or a ballpoint pen or a dinner napkin. But the truth is she's the executive protection agent, aka bodyguard, and she just got hired to protect superstar Jack Stapleton from his middle-aged corgi breeding stalker. He's got her heart. Jack Stapleton's a household name. He's captured by paparazzi on beaches the world over and famous for among other things, rising out of the waves in all manner of clingy board shorts and glistening like Roman deity. But a few years back, in the wake of a family tragedy, he dropped from the public eye and went off the grid. They've got a secret. When Jack's mom gets sick, he goes home to his family's Texas ranch to help out. Only one catch: he doesn't want his family to know about his stalker or the bodyguard thing. And so Hannah, against her will and better judgment, finds herself pretending to be Jack's girlfriend as a cover, even though her ex says no one will believe it. So fake dating trope, sounds fantastic. Love the cover. I love this kind of cartoony graphic. I don't know how smutty it's gonna be, but hopefully it's gonna be steamy. And the next one I picked up was Upgrade by Blake Crouch. I've heard really good things about this one. Kind of like, I don't even know how to explain. You are the next step in human evolution. I feel like this is definitely gonna be like a science thriller-esque type book, so I'm really excited about it. But I've heard really good things about Blake Crouch's writing in general. A lot of booktubers I follow really like him, so I'm ready to give him a try. So those are my book of the months. I am not sponsored by Book of the Month by any shape or form. I just partake in it and I enjoy them. I tend to find really good books from them and I just like their program. And the last surprise, guys, I have one surprise. I finally bit the bullet and I got one of these bad boys, so now I can join the KU world. I am gonna be on Kindle Unlimited, so I can get access to even more amazing romance books. So I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate this in my TBRs, but I'm on it. I'm setting it up soon, and it's here. I got just the basic one. I didn't get anything special, but here she is in all of her little plastic. I haven't even taken her out of the plastic because I wanted to show her to you guys. But yeah, this is my baby. Will be my new baby, and I plan on abusing Kindle Unlimited. There are so many books on there that I want, but I didn't want to actually have to buy the physical copy of, so I can finally get them on Kindle and give them a shot, and if I like them, then I will add them to my physical collection. So yeah, that's my book haul, guys. I've accumulated quite a few books, so hopefully you get to see some of these in the near future, and if you like what you see, go pick them up. And I will see you guys all soon with another video. Bye, guys.